Hey, this is how the station rotation model might be usable for the combo classroom. Just to start, the station rotation model is something that many of you probably have already used in the class before, but of course modified for the combination classroom. Students are going to rotate through a series of different learning stations, and included in that would be a teacher-led station. So just some tips that are recommended. Make sure that each station as a separate but related learning activity. They all don't need to be group or collaborative based, but some of them could be independent stations. This is definitely an opportunity for you as a teacher to differentiate, given that you'll be meeting with one of the station rotations at a time. You'll be able to certainly group students, provide differentiated instruction to your specific group of kids that you have in front of you. Make sure that the directions that you have for each station, just that they're clear and readily available for students. So as they go through different rotations, an opportunity, whether that's just typed or a video or a model, that kids know clearly what they should be doing at each station. Definitely for your own sake, just use a timer to help you distinguish when students need to be, number one, probably reminded that a rotation is going to end, and then also two, finally, when the actual rotation needs to occur. This is definitely an opportunity as you have kids doing different things and in different, quote-unquote spaces, for you to find creative ways to maybe put a pause in the action, to maybe ask all of the stations if there are any questions so you can just clarify that information. Or perhaps electronically, you could do like a Google Doc or a form where kids are asking you questions and you can access those as you work with your station, but you can get kind of a pulse on how it's going in the other stations. And then finally, I would say this is something that you probably want to get your kids accustomed to if you haven't done a station rotation model before. It's something I think that both kids and teachers need to get used to. So once you kind of get the hang of it, definitely don't be afraid to just repeat, I think, the same type of station rotation model, but of course just using different content. You'll feel more comfortable and the students will get more used to it too. So just visually, as just a quick demonstration, of course there's you and then your two groups of students in that combination classroom. You could really just one maybe simple way to do it would be by having two stations. You work with one station, and in this case it's the on-campus kids, while the virtual students are doing something different. And then of course you rotate, and the on-campus students are doing something separate, and you now have the opportunity to work with your virtual students. That's a simple way to do the station rotation. Another way would be to have more than two groups. So here you can take your groups of kids and create 4 different groups, 2 groups for on-campus and 2 for virtual. Here you might want to do 4 different stations. So here you'd be able to work with group 1 on the first station. Station 1 is really your station where you're providing specific instruction to that small group of kids, while stations 2, 3, and 4 are doing different activities. And then of course they rotate at the time you want them to. And then group 2 moves up to you for station 1. This group 1 kids move to station 2, etc. And you continue with that rotation until eventually you're meeting with a virtual group of students, while the students that you have on campus are working inside of the classroom. That gives you some small group time really with the virtual students, and the rotation continues. So that's just a quick look at the station rotation model in a combination classroom.